Okay, are you guys ready?
We're recording?
Yeah, well, it's recording, but we'll start when you're all ready.
I'm good. Welcome to Beta Stage!
Oh my god! Hey, I was not scared of you.
Chad! Our best friend Chad! Finally here.
I'm back.
I'm Josh, this is Mike.
I'm Mike, this is Josh.
I'm Chad.
And Chad's here. We've talked about you in almost every episode of our podcast.
We mentioned you from the beginning.
Yeah, it started out like we were like, oh man, this would be fun if Chad were doing here. And then we were thinking about it and we're like, man, everything would be fun if Chad were here. So essentially every conversation that we've had at one point or another, your name has come up.
Yeah.
I'm honored, guys.
So our 3 or 4 listeners, actually, right now we could be broadcasting to the entire 3 people that listen to Sierra College Radio. So
yes, this might be on Sierra College Radio
right now.
No pressure, boys. This is just the big leagues. Sierra College is our local community college, by the way.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know.
And they are not paying us to say this. I guarantee you, they don't have the money.
So
they have
before we introduce Chad.
Again.
In the event that this actually is on Sierra College Radio, you're listening to Beta Stage Podcast. We do this pretty much once a week if we can. It's where Mike and I, we get together, we talk about movies, we talk about video games, we talk about life. I think a couple of times ago we talked about your potential OkCupid girl with the husband, or
yes.
We talked about her. So we talk about a lot of different things. So if you like us, all of our stuff is on YouTube so far. We've got a couple of things on SoundCloud. Give us a like, give us a listen.
We have more things on YouTube though, because we haven't paid for the SoundCloud Pro.
So
go to Beta Stage Podcast at YouTube.
Beta Stage 3, isn't it?
No, that's our email.
Okay, well, betastage3@gmail.com.
Yes.
Beta Stage 3 at Beta Stage 3 is our Twitter handle. We don't use it because nobody tweets us. Please tweet us.
Yeah, but if you have stuff to say, email us. But check us out on Beta Stage Podcast on YouTube. Watch our Let's Plays. Watch the 12 or 13 previous podcasts.
Watch/listen.
Listen.
It's just an audio file.
Listen.
Hey, listen.
No.
No, Nabby. So let's talk about Chad.
Yeah, let's talk about Chad.
Well, let's talk with Chad. Chad,
this is
give us a little bit of a background. Like, how do we know you?
This is Talking with Chad.
All right. Well, I've freaking known you guys forever.
Yeah, Chad. Chad, you and I have known each other since day 1 of kindergarten.
Yeah.
You and I were in the same kindergarten class. Bill and John were there also, weren't they?
Yep. Bill and John.
So was, and I found this out. I rediscovered this recently. So was Britton. Britton Tottenberg.
Really?
She was in our kindergarten
no
class.
No way.
Swear to God, dude, she's got the yearbook picture and everything.
No way.
There's her and then there's us. And I was like, what?
What happened to her for 10 years?
She moved to Nevada.
Oh.
Reno.
Okay.
So anyway, Chad, you and I have known each other. I've known you the longest out of all the friends that I have. I've known you the absolute longest. We've known each other for 2 decades now.
Jesus
Christ. That's crazy.
Michael's catching up. He's got 2 years behind you, but I mean, really, those times
I don't think he's catching up.
They're parallel to each other.
Yeah, exactly.
They extend at the same rate.
Yes.
There might be a way quantumly. I don't know.
Talk to Riley about it.
Yeah. Oh my God. So yeah, tell us about your video game history. How did you start what did you start playing video games? How old were you? What was your because that's what we did when Will came on. We talked about the things that he played first, and then the things we all played together when we were growing up. So tell us some of your memories.
Right. All right. So my earliest memories playing video games were probably on the NES and Super Nintendo. I specifically remember when my brother got a Super Nintendo. I was 5 or 6 years old, and playing Super Mario World and all of those early games. Of course, playing Duck Hunt.
Yeah, everybody
was
played
the
Duck
best.
Hunt.
Oh, it was awesome.
Duck Hunt. I played Duck Hunt all the time.
Michael, we all know you never played Duck Hunt.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And so that's kind of where I started from. And my favorite console for a long time was probably N64. I just loved playing the games like Pokemon Snap, and my favorite game was Zelda Ocarina of Time, and which might get replaced by Breath of the Wild, but I just started it earlier today, at like 3 a.m. But yeah, my video game history has been pretty long now, almost 20 years. And for a long time I was really into StarCraft 1, which was kind of a weird thing to be into when you're like 12 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, other than that, I really like strategy games and shooters, so I play a lot of Counter-Strike now. And that's like my main game. It's Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
One of the best games ever
CSGO.
CSGO. Yeah.
Well, I don't know why it just popped in my head. It was one of those things that just like, you're talking and I'm like, oh, hey, I remember that thing that happened. I remember playing 007 Agent Under Fire with you as one of our favorite games to play because it was just so silly, but it was like over the top James Bond, like too much James Bond all in one game. It was on the PlayStation 2 and the GameCube.
Oh, yes.
Oh, so good.
Way back in the day. And it was
a great, beautiful game.
So much fun. I don't remember what I was doing. We were screwing around and I was pretending to be like some secret agent girl. Some like mercenary. I was like, Daddy, target acquired. And it was so weird because I mean it was one of those things you do as a kid. You're like,
I remember that vividly.
As a kid, you're like, yeah, this is the funniest fucking thing. And looking back on it, you're like, what was I doing?
Yeah.
What in the name of Christ was I doing? I know exactly what happened. I know it was just, Daddy, target acquired. And then I would kill somebody. And that was the progression of that particular game.
Oh my god.
That game was so good. We played way too much. You guys remember when we stayed up, I think at Dylan Stayskull's house, and we played that one it was Mario Party, that one mini game.
Fish Upon a Star.
Fish Upon a Star.
And Mario Party 4 or 5?
I don't remember.
One of the GameCube ones.
I don't know if that was like us and Kyle, or if you were there, Josh. I can't remember. Yeah.
Kyle, don't say so. I know Josh has played that mini game.
Oh yeah, I've definitely played it.
It was insane. Like
we spent hours.
Yeah, we literally spent hours playing this mini game in Mario Party.
And it's like
we like assigned roles like police officers and like, all right, no pushing each other off this time. And,
it's like the time every once in a while would be like, okay, no punching. And the moment it starts, we just all punch each other. Just instantly.
Oh, so good.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Well, Chad, why have you not been here the last 6 months? Let's tell everyone about your accomplishments.
Yeah. All right, my accomplishments. Well, I am actually a musician.
Okay, it's enough of that. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow. All right. Yeah.
You might know Chad's music as some of our intro music.
Oh yeah, we did use some of your music as our intro music.
Oh,
hope that's okay.
Yeah, it's totally cool.
I was gonna say.
You
guys gonna pay me like $20?
No, yeah.
$5 maybe? No.
20% of our zero profit.
All right, sounds good. 20%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm a musician. I studied it in college, and the last 6 months I've been on a cruise ship, going around most of Asia, and playing saxophone, flute, clarinet, and singing for 6 months, which has been an awesome experience. I've seen I think 28 different countries in 6 months.
Yeah, which is so cool because I've been to a lot of those places that you've been to.
Yeah.
Like for the longest time when I was in those countries, I had no one to share that experience with. Like, I mean, I had my friends that I was there with, but coming back, it was like it's so hard to relate to somebody else having those experiences. And now that you're there, I know like you're talking about jet lag. I was like, I know exactly how you feel.
Yeah, exactly. Right now it's. For you guys listening, I'm 11 hours different from like 2 days ago. So it's been kind of weird. I've been sleeping at like random times. And this morning I woke up at like 3 a.m. Couldn't go back to sleep. So I just played Breath of the Wild for like 6 hours.
Jesus.
Yeah, and then I fell asleep right before coming over here too. So my sleep schedule's all messed up.
Yeah. But you'll get it back. I mean, it takes a couple of days.
Definitely.
Like when I was going through, like the easiest way for me to get over jet lag Actually, the last time it wasn't so bad. I slept the entire plane ride. So, like, my time kind of balanced out.
Nice.
But usually, like, I'll just force myself to stay up until a normal period of sleep would occur.
Right.
And then I just kind of even out through that. But yeah, so you've done some crazy things. You've been to some crazy places.
Yeah, man.
We'll talk about some stories, I guess, off camera. Because, I mean, don't get us wrong. We'd love to hear all of your stories. But, you know, we have other podcast things to talk about.
Right.
And we'll make a podcast out of those things.
All right.
Oddly enough. So let's dive right in. I think, you know what? Just thinking about this, because I thought about this like 2 podcasts ago. I usually say let's just dive right in before like we actually start talking about everything. And it didn't occur to me it was something that I had said. It was just one of those things it keeps coming up, and I was like, okay, let's just dive right into it.
God. I've never known.
I didn't notice it either until like I listened to like, because I was trying to find some like one joke in one of our podcasts. So I would listen to like a couple. And I was like, I say that in every fucking episode.
Yes, let's just dive right.
Yeah, let's just dive right into it.
Oh
So,
my God,
you want to talk about movies or video games or like current events?
Let's go into some movies. I feel like that's at the forefront right
Okay.
now. What movies have you watched, Josh?
I know you just want it, like you're really eager to hear my review of Assassin's Creed.
Do I sound eager?
No, but you did earlier when we were having dinner and talking about it. Anyway, so Office Christmas Party was one of the hands down most disappointing movies I've ever seen. I expected it to be so funny because like the trailers, it basically had like the trailers had like a Hangover feel, like, you know, the movie The Hangover,
Right.
where it was like just a whole bunch of wild and crazy shit. But at this point, that particular like style of movie has been so overdone. It's just it is so repetitive. Like The Hangover, Why Him, you know, Office Christmas Party. A ton of movies are doing this whole like, oh my God, how crazy can we make this situation be?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And this movie is absolutely no different. It's just got a bunch of dry... And don't get me wrong, I love Jason Bateman's. I love his dry humor. I love his sarcasm. This movie needs either like way more of that or way less of that. He's just right in the middle of the... like, he's the only good thing about this movie. Well, I take it back. It's Olivia
Munn.
She's the only good thing about that movie because she is smoking hot. Olivia, if you're listening, come hang out with us.
Yes.
I'll even give you my phone number, just, you know, for future hangouts.
Yes. We've known you since your G4 days.
Oh,
so
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think we have a little bit of seniority there.
Yeah. Yeah, forget your husband. But yeah, she's like, she and Jason Bateman are the saving graces of this movie. Jennifer Aniston has such a minor, like a minuscule role in this movie. And she just plays a huge bitch. Which I've heard she's like in real life.
Really?
Like she's so hard to work with apparently. But yeah, like she does not deserve to be like, you know, like Jason Bateman and Jennifer Aniston star in. No, it's like
Right.
Jason Bateman, guy that plays a security guard, and then down here at the bottom of the list, that's where Jennifer Aniston should be, because she does like almost nothing for this movie. She just provides like I don't know how to describe it. I mean, I'm no educated individual, but she provides some sort of plot is what she like. That's her only position in this movie. She's not like a comic relief. She's not a character that you grow attached to whatsoever. She is like, she provides plot. She's the fucking
MacGuffin. She's a MacGuffin.
Sure.
It's a writing tool. It's a thing that furthers the plot.
Yeah. That is exactly what she is. She's the antagonist of the movie, but
she's barely in it.
But she's in it enough to where it's almost as though her attitude is the real antagonist, and she's just a fucking filler. So that movie was wildly disappointing.
Shame.
Yeah.
I hate when movies suck.
Wow.
No, but like just the way the way you described the progression of comedy is like, as much as I love movies, sometimes I just fucking hate movies for what they are sometimes.
God, profound statements, Mike.
Yeah.
I was on set last week, which is why we didn't record. And I said we came up with the line. Someone accidentally said the foot doesn't leave the leg, and so now that's what I want to say to people.
What?
I want to say it to like just baffle people. Like, you know what they say? The foot never leaves the leg.
Who the hell says that?
I don't know. It was like a stand with like a trying to get the leg out or something, and like
Sure.
it was totally like on set.
It made perfect sense.
Yeah. But like thinking about it, I'm like, do you just realize how weird that sounds?
What you need to do is take that phrase and like apply it to like more serious situations, like just be running down the street, like as you know, like sprinting as hard as you can, and just get up to someone, like grab them by the shoulders and just go, the foot doesn't leave the leg, and then just keep running. And just that person's day from that point on, they're gonna be so confused, like. They're going to be thinking, did somebody put them up to this? What the fuck just happened? What does this mean?
Especially when I show up in a Red Ranger outfit.
Oh, God.
The foot doesn't leave the leg! What?
So, do you still have anything else to say about shit movie? Or
That shit movie? No. I don't have anything else to say about that movie. Don't go see it. Don't waste your money.
Cool. Well,
I mean, if it's on like pay-per-view and you're bored and, I don't know, maybe a paraplegic and you can't change the channel.
Okay.
Then you can watch it.
Cool. So let's move on to the next shit movie. I just really wanted to say that.
Okay. Okay, so I'll talk about Assassin's Creed. I don't know. Have you seen it, Chad?
No.
Okay, so the movie, as I described it to Michael, it's a decent ham sandwich, like ham and cheese sandwich. Like you can eat a ham and cheese sandwich or whatever kind of like plain ass sandwich that you just like, oh man, I got nothing but ham and cheese. That's what I'm gonna make out of the sandwich with. It's like that. Like it's okay. I didn't hate it, but I wasn't in love with it.
Right.
It wasn't like, oh man, this is the best sandwich I've had in a long time. It wasn't like, oh, I went to this fucking restaurant. I ordered, I got this, and this, and this, and all on my sandwich, and it was like, it was the best. No, it was just a ham and cheese sandwich. Yeah. It was good. Like, the plot's there. Because, I mean, if you played Assassin's Creed, or if you've seen someone play Assassin's Creed, you understand. The plot's not really changed. Except this time it's it's Michael Facebender, or Fassbender, or Facebender, however you want to pronounce it.
Ben Faster.
Sure, Ben Faster. He's playing a descendant of an assassin from the Spanish, I believe it's the Spanish Inquisition. Mm-hmm. And like it's cool, but like there's very little cohesion between those two stories, because like the Assassin's Creed, you will basically live through the memories of your ancestor. Well, like all of the action and the cool shit for the most part happens as the assassin, but it's all in Spanish, which really like isn't that big of a deal, but there's like no tie in between what's happening with him as I think his name was Cal. So there's like these two parallel action bits, and like you get a little bit of like they try to do some connection with like they'll switch scenes really quick, like not scenes but like points of view between like, okay, well his first you see the assassin climbing up this wall or something, and then it's a different perspective and it's Michael Fassbender or Cal, he's hooked up to the Animus and he's climbing up like a projected wall. So it looks cool, but it's just like it's almost as though there's two different stories going on at the same time, which is what it is, but they haven't been able, they're not able to really like mix them together. And if they were given, I would say if they were given more time, you could how do I want to say it? If they were given more time, like they could blend it a little bit better, like get a little bit more of a flow. The Michael Fassbender side of it has a flow the whole time, but the Assassin is it's choppy little bits of story. Like you're like, okay, well, how did they get from here to here?
Right.
kind of a thing, and there's like not a ton of progression.
Damn.
So it's good, but like I said, it's just a ham and cheese sandwich.
Yeah.
It's kind of disappointing.
Yeah, that's a shame because that same director did a couple years ago did Macbeth with Michael Fassbender. And
I mean, feel free to watch it yourself and decide, whether you like it or whether I'm full of shit. Don't get me wrong, it's happened before. Like, I think, you think that The Force Awakens is good, and I know you're absolutely full of shit. Because that movie's terrible.
You think I'm full of shit?
Well, when you said The Force Awakens is good, yeah, I knew you were
liked
kind of... Tell me that movie was not... And we're completely derailed at this point because there's no going back from this. Sorry, Ham Sasson's cheese.
Sorry, Sierra College.
Sierra College, you're about to listen. Listen, look at The Force Awakens and tell me that wasn't just a reprint of fucking Return of the Jedi.
Was there anything wrong with that?
Yes! I wanted a new movie!
Well, I liked it.
I mean...
You look
It's the same thing with, and it's a perfect comparison. We were talking about this today, how the fucking the Ford Mustang, if the new ones, if they called it anything other than a Mustang, I would love the way that car looks. But because it's a Mustang, it just doesn't look like a Mustang. Don't call it that. And they just took the fucking Return of the Jedi and slapped a new label on it. Fucking big planet gun. Destroying fucking... There's a desert planet scene. There's a fucking big planet gun. They're going to blow up the big planet gun from inside. Come on! It's the same movie!
It's... I think at this point, it's really just a matter of, like, what bothers you and what you like.
That bothers me.
And I get that. I totally get that.
Movie.
And I need you to know, I've watched that movie, like, 5 or 6 times.
Every time you see all the similarities?
Most of those times, like, it's, like, after the first viewing, that was on my mind every other time I've watched it.
So it occurs to you, but it just doesn't, it doesn't bother you.
It doesn't bother me. I enjoy it. Okay. I love the trust me, I've watched the hell out of it with that in mind. And, like, I even the last time, I'm like, hey, maybe I wonder if this is going to get to me. Like, I don't want it to. And then I watch it, I'm like, no, I'm fucking loving this movie.
It's still a good movie. I just hate that it's just so much that's the same.
I get that. What if I told you...
Red pill, blue pill?
No. I thought you were about to slap the mic. I know. There's
a mosquito.
No, there's bugs all over the fucking place. It's terrifying. And we're in a garage. I forgot.
There's a lawnmower over there.
What if you told me? Yeah, we're literally doing our podcast like 7 feet away from a lawnmower.
Yeah, and an old little IndyCar modeled go-kart that's probably hasn't run in 20 years. No one ever notices that. What the fuck was I gonna say?
What if you told me?
Oh my god, I forgot.
Oh my god.
It was
Come on, Mike.
Dude. What if I told you
Oh my god.
that the fact that they combined a newer story of like Rey and those characters with like also a retelling of Star Wars, that it takes good writing to combine all that into a coherent movie.
Oh, so it's just shitty writers.
Thank you. Thank you. I knew you were gonna. As soon as that left my mouth, I'm like, he's gonna flip this upside down so easily. I could do it myself if I wanted to right now.
What? Is that not the point you were just trying to make? That sounded like the point. That's what he was trying to say.
Yeah. You know what? I scratched that because that's actually essentially saying. Stop. That's actually saying like, oh, it's well written. That means you must like it. So I'm not gonna try to convince you to like it anymore. Stop doing that. Stop it. Stop it.
All right. Well, I think that's enough talking about those terrible movies.
Okay. Well, let's move on.
Collectively,
Oh,
those are great.
Well,
let's talk about Alien Covenant's coming out.
How about the other Star Wars movie, since we're already talking about Star Wars?
Yeah, Star Wars The Last Jedi has released a trailer. It was like 3 weeks ago. Comes out in December?
Yeah, December.
You
You excited, Josh?
I am, and I stand by my original statement. I swear to God, and I said this the first time after I watched the first or not the first, but The Force Awakens. I said it like the day I watched The Force Awakens. I said it a million times over. If they go to fucking Hoth and there's a goddamn AT-AT, or excuse me, an AT-AT, I am leaving the fucking theater. I don't even care how the movie ends. I'm leaving.
All right.
That's my thing. Addendum. If at any point Luke pulls the fucking Yoda fucking I'm gonna ride on your back while I'm training you to Rey, I am staying no matter what happens in that movie. I am staying no matter what happens. You can have like Luke on Rey's back, like yada yada yada, and then all of a sudden it's just some big like hairy dude like Louis C.K. just jerking it into the camera for like another 2 hours. I am staying to the conclusion of that movie because that will be that movie's saving grace.
Cool.
Assuming that it's another ripoff, but I don't think this one will. I have really high hopes for The Last Jedi.
Everything in it looks really different.
Yes.
Like those ship things flying across the ground and like spreading the red dust. Like that's really weird and cool.
The trailer so far, it looks great. It doesn't look like there are too many elements taken from other Star Wars movies, which I'm super excited about. The little bit of dialogue is great. I'm excited for this. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I love Star Wars.
Oh, I know you do.
I just hate shitty writing.
Yeah. Those are those are totally walkers that those ships flying, spreading the dust are flying at.
Yeah.
And that's not Hoth, so that's good. Unless Hoth
points in the right direction.
Unless the Hoth is all dried up. Right down.
Oh, please, for the love of Christ.
Probably had really high CO2 emissions and global warming.
Al Gore's just standing there like he's just a little cameo.
See, that I would walk out of.
An Al Gore cameo, you would leave?
No, it's fine. I'd add that disclaimer that it's fine, so people think I'm neutral. Anyway, I really like the tree kind of area with like the Jedi thing. When you kind of hear Yoda's voice and it shows like kind of a booklet on a pedestal. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. But it's not Yoda's voice, it's Luke's voice. He's doing the one, he's got the little bit of dialogue throughout the movie.
Yeah, I know, but when it shows the booklet thing, you can faintly hear Yoda in the background.
What does he say?
I don't know, they're like, it might just penetrate, just like whatever he says.
Oh, you know what? Actually, yeah.
Yeah. I watched it with these headphones, so like I was able, I guess I heard that better. But it seems like it's going to go into like a lot more Jedi lore.
Yeah, it sounds like Luke's a gray Jedi now.
Yeah.
Like cares more about the balance than he cares about fucking absolutes or rights or wrongs.
Daisy Ridley plays Rey, said that there's a heavy influence of there's a don't meet your heroes aspect with her meeting Luke.
Oh,
because Luke is just a fucking myth to her, and she's going to be like there's going to be that kind of aspect of like something's not going to be right.
Right. Well, that's good.
Yeah,
I'm excited. I really am.
I know.
I'm hopeful.
I know.
That's a better word.
Also,
a new hope.
Wow.
You have a new hope?
Anyway.
So I got so excited when you said that. There's nothing. That wasn't going anywhere with that. I just got really happy when you said that.
I was like, how are you going to be an asshole here?
Just see my smile.
Excuse me. I said previously, The Force Awakens is just like The Return of the Jedi. I meant A New Hope.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I corrected myself. Thank you, everybody.
Honest to God, because I was about to correct you, but it still totally worked.
Yeah.
Because Return of the Jedi has the weapon, starts on the desert planet, they go blow shit up, and it's my favorite movie of all time.
You heard it here, folks. Michael's favorite movie.
You heard it here, folks. You heard it here.
You heard it here.
I
think that's enough movie talk.
Okay.
Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy. We haven't seen it yet. We're gonna go see it.
I saw it.
What the fuck? No. Okay.
Was it good?
Yeah.
Was it like ham sandwich or ham and cheese sandwich, or was it like deluxe with mayo, mustard, pickles?
Like Mr. Pickles with that Dutch crunch.
I don't know. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm really hungry right now too.
Yeah.
I thought it was really, really entertaining. There were like some plot holes though, and I'm not sure if that was because they were in the movie or because there was a couple 5-minute chunks here and there that I fell asleep.
Oh my god!
Because it was when I watched it, it would be like 3 in the afternoon, but I hadn't slept. You know what I mean? You know, because it was like, it was really hard to stay awake, and I really wanted to stay awake.
What we're calling plot holes are really just memory lapses because Chad was asleep.
Well, it's not memory lapses if I never got the memory.
You are correct, sir. I sit corrected.
Oh my god!
But it was really entertaining, even though I kind of didn't know exactly what was happening by the end.
Holy shit, that's so
was
funny.
Chad walks out of the movie. There were so many gaps. I just couldn't follow it.
Like, you were asleep for half of it.
God.
So yeah, I think that's. I mean, there's a whole laundry list of stuff that's coming out.
Yeah.
Shit that's coming out. Fuck it.
So last time we had a podcast, I was getting into Legion, the show.
Oh yeah. Any better?
Yeah, you'd think you'd like it. It gets crazy. There's. Because I know you had there's something I said last time that you had a problem with, but
I don't remember what it was.
Okay, well I'll tell you off screen.
I've slept since then.
I'll tell you off air so people don't spoil. But I think
off the air. That's right.
So I'll tell you, it's a good show.
Okay.
So is Westworld.
Yeah. Oh, I've heard about that one.
Fantastic.
I haven't
show.
watched it, but I've heard of it.
It's so cool. So we can. Want to talk about? We can do TV shows. We can do video games.
Let's talk about let's talk about the new Gorillaz album.
Okay.
Because actually, okay, let me say that the first time I listened to the Gorillaz was when you got that first CD.
Demon Days.
Oh yeah. That was the very first time I had heard the Gorillaz, and I absolutely fell in love with Feel Good Incorporated.
Me too. It's their second album, by the way.
What is?
Demon Days. It's not.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know. You said their first CD. Anyway.
No, that was the first CD that I had listened to.
Oh shit.
Cool. That was the very first time I had heard the Gorillaz.
Oh.
So, and Feel Good Inc., I was like, dude, this song is bumping.
Yeah. That was one of the first and still one of the best albums that like to listen all the way through. Like it's like my road trip album. I love it so much.
For all the road trips you take.
Whatever, Josh.
We should listen to it tomorrow.
It is tomorrow. Actually, it's been tomorrow for about 5 minutes.
You've been tomorrow for 5 minutes.
Whoa.
Where's Morrow?
That's fine because Anthony's last name is Morrow.
Great. Thanks,
He's
Anthony.
in Portland, Oregon. Shout out to my PFC gaming crew.
Wow.
What were we talking about?
Gorillaz.
Yeah,
the new album.
Yeah, we should listen to it tomorrow. We're driving to SAC and shit.
It's like he asks a question and then doesn't
I was answering.
answer.
I was answering from him a lot. I was getting all the answers out of the way.
Are you guys going to SAC tomorrow?
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
See our friend. Okay, fine. See our friend Bill. Shout out to Bill. So Humans. So I don't know how much of it you've listened to.
I've heard the 4 tracks that they had.
Okay.
They released prior to the album.
Okay.
So I've heard those 4. Saturn Bars is I think one of my favorites.
Yeah.
With the Z.
A few years ago.
Gorillaz.
Everything has a Z in the fucking album. It's a few years ago.
Years with the Z.
Thank you. Years with the Z. I don't think I would have liked the album a few years ago, but because it's a lot more like R&B and has a lot more rap,
a lot more hip hoppy and more rappy.
I think today I'm way more open to stuff like that, and I enjoy it so much.
Open. I'm gesticulating, ladies and gentlemen.
Your eyes.
Sounds painful.
I see your eyes open. It's good. Stop. Stop. I've listened to it like 5 times through already.
The album?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It's all I listened to when I drive for the past week.
Do you have where are you driving that you got time to listen to a 30-minute album?
Hour.
5 times? It's an hour-long album.
Yeah. I don't know. I drive to Roseville a lot, which is like 40 minutes away.
You're Roseville.
Are you criticizing me for listening to a lot of music?
No. No, I'm really just giving you a hard time. I'm in that kind of a, and I apologize. I'm a little bit kind of argumentative. I would say in this particular moment, I'm a little argumentative because
That's fine.
I don't know. That's kind of how I am. I like to argue.
That's fine. I'm sure people prefer that listening than everyone being on the same page and being really nice to each other.
Right. I really love that opinion, Michael. Thank you.
You know, Josh, I really appreciate you too. And
Thanks, dude.
Really also hate the fart. I can't do it. Okay.
Whoa!
So that's my thing. Every podcast I have to bring up her name.
Ah.
Now you know.
Yeah. So, Carly, if you're listening, well, Mike still loves you.
I do not.
That's what he says.
So anyway, we're at 35 minutes, by the way, which is pretty cool.
Solid. We're about halfway through our script.
Yay!
Not to say that the whole thing's scripted, but our talking points, our little like note cards of stuff.
What were we fucking talking about?
Gorillas.
Oh yeah. Okay. So
way to remind you.
this is what happens. So it's a good album. My favorite song I think is Carnival, and then closely followed by Let Me Out, which comes right after it. I think are just the two just perfect songs that play in the order that they do. I really like Hallelujah Money, which is the music video they released before the 4 songs. It's really weird, but I just like it. I just love the Gorillaz. I'm so happy they're back. It's so fucking cool.
And I don't want to look like I'm not paying attention to you, but my fucking allergies are so bad, my eyes itch.
Oh, I don't care.
And I literally want to gouge out my own eyes with a spoon.
Yeah, it sucks here. It sucks so much. So much.
More than Monica Lewinsky.
So much.
Get it?
Yeah. Want to talk about anime?
Suck joke.
Want to talk about anime?
Sure. We can talk about whatever.
Because Chad, I believe all you did was watch anime on the ship.
Pretty much. Yeah, luckily I had friend Garrett who gave me like a terabyte of anime to watch when I was on the ship. So, and as a musician on a ship, you got a lot of downtime. You only play like 4 or 5 hours a day, and the rest of the time you have off. So, I watched a lot of anime on the ship.
Cool. I would love to run through some of your favorite shows. Because I remember you messaging me being super emotional, like, dude, I love this show. I love anime so much. And it was like making me emotional, like, oh man, he loves this shit.
Oh, dude, it's great. Let's see. I think my favorite one I watched was Clanad and Clanad After Story, which is just, it's really sad, but it'll put you on an emotional roller coaster, and it's really deep, which is why I like it. It's like kind of like a slice of life anime, and that's my favorite, I think. But other ones that I really liked were like Your Lie in April, which is a music one.
You've talked about that one a lot.
It's about a pianist and a violinist. And that one is also very sad. Maybe I like really sad animes, I don't know. Or maybe a lot of animes are really sad. But that one was really deep and honestly beautiful. Let's see, what other ones were good? Well, one anime that I watched that I really liked before I was on the ship was I watched all of Inuyasha, which was pretty good.
It's a good one. I can talk about that one. I like.
Oh
that
yeah? Have you watched it all?
Yes.
And even like the new like revamped, they like finished the whole story. And, yeah, it was. I actually
really enjoyed it.
Yeah. There was a period of probably 20 or 30 episodes in the middle where I was just kind of watching them just to get through, because it was every single one was like interesting, but it felt like the arc was so. That was my first time watching an anime that long. Also, like 164 episodes.
It's funny that's long because, I mean, like the two of my favorite animes, Bleach is 366 episodes. Is huge. Yeah. And Naruto Shippuden is now 400 and some odd episodes. Actually, they just finished Shippuden, and now they're starting the follow-on arc about Naruto's son.
Shippuden.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's so. I mean, that felt like it was really long to me, and it probably took me, I don't know, a month and a half, 2 months to watch the whole thing.
Jesus.
And I was watching a lot too. but the story was great. Every single episode was entertaining. There was just like a point in the middle where I was just like, I just want to like know what happens in the arc. And then I got like to the end of the 164 episodes and like I hadn't finished the arc and I was freaking out. But there was like an extra bit that was made a couple years later that actually finished it. Cool. And that was really satisfying to watch.
Cool.
I don't know if you like it. I know Michael does, and I haven't yet asked. Have you watched any of the new episodes of Attack on Titan?
No.
Oh.
Have you seen
any
of them? Oh my God,
I'm
dude.
gonna wait until they like finish it, or else I'm gonna like die. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
I've only ever watched one anime where it was coming out weekly, and I was watching each new episode every week, and it like killed me.
I'm doing 2 of those right now. It's Dragon Ball Super and Attack on Titan, and I am like, I'm like cringing in between weeks because it's just fucking. Like the little preview it gives you at the end of the episode, you're like, oh my God, that looks even better than what I just watched.
Anime gets you with that, man.
Yeah.
It's they know how to use the cliffhangers.
But a friend of mine, it's a spoiler, but not so much of a spoiler. It's like, she just said that there are 3 people that we've seen, not including Aaron or Annie, that are Titans.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
But we're not aware that they're Titans.
Crap.
Fuck.
Excuse me. There's 4 people because you guys haven't seen it. There's 4 people that are Titans other than Aaron and Annie. So we know, like we know who the big door kicker Titan is. We know who the armored Titan is. And there's like 2 more Titans that you guys haven't seen yet. That are in the new, but we know who we've seen them, we know who they are, we just don't know, the connection hasn't been made that they're Titans yet.
Right. Dang, that's crazy.
Shit.
So, yeah, it's really cool, because there's a lot of stuff going on. I really want to discuss it, but I can't, because you haven't.
There might be an urge to watch it when we're at Bill's tomorrow, because he's probably going to bring it up.
Yeah. I guess I'd be okay with watching it.
I'd be down to watching with you guys. Because like Bill's who introduced me to the show. Whatever.
No, not like I wanted to watch it with you or anything. Fucking 3-4 weeks ago.
I was busy. I remember when my friend Sarah was watching Attack on Titan. This is season 1 spoilers if we haven't spoiled enough already.
Aaron's a Titan.
I remember she was watching. We knew she was watching the show, and then all of a sudden, one night we like got a message from her in the group chat, and she's like, "There's a Titan in the wall! Mayday! Mayday! There's a Titan in the fucking wall!"
Freaking Sarah.
It's just like came out of nowhere. Like, yep.
She's having a good time.
I love that show.
Oh, that's good.
So yeah, there's new episodes of that. If you're interested in anime,
cool.
Definitely check out Attack on Titan.
Chad can finally watch 7 Deadly Sins.
Yeah, have you seen the new episodes?
No, I haven't finished season 1.
I fucking hate you. I haven't finished season 1.
Dude.
Ah! The new episodes aren't great because there's only like 4 of them.
Oh, okay.
Out of season 2, which sucks because
suck.
season 1's like what, 25 episodes, or is it 12? One way or another. Season 2. Excuse me. Sorry, I had a yawn. Actually, it's pretty impressive because usually when we do our podcast, I've yawned at least like 40 times by now.
Yeah, the yawn ratio is like 8-1 from coughs or yawns to podcast. I don't know. I'm making up math.
But 7 in season 2 is more like, it feels like it's bridging the gap between season 1 and what's coming next.
Oh, cool.
So it's like, it's not leaving. You know how like when animes, like when they do like a time lapse, like there's just this like sudden change in like character ability, or things happen and then they do like flashback episodes. I think they're preventing that with giving you like a little bit of a bridge gapper.
Okay, I've seen comics do that where like they'll come back after the first arc with like 4 issues.
Okay, you said I for whatever reason I was like I thought you were talking about comics like comedians. I was like, what the fuck do they have to do with anything?
Yeah, in between shows, Louis C.K. he does like the little mini show to bridge the gap to his new jokes, and then he goes on the set of Star Wars and jacks off for 2 hours.
Whatever, dude. I'll watch
it. He just stumbles onto the set and just jacks off.
Hey, if fucking Luke rides on Rey's back, that's what I'm watching for 2 hours. I don't care.
I would like to. Never mind. Anyway, back to anime. You also watched this show called One Punch Man.
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh yeah. I watched that before though. I don't have it on my hard drive.
Right.
But I streamed
Well,
it.
then you can't talk about it.
All right. Yeah.
No, you guys talk about the show. You both watched it, right?
You haven't watched it?
No.
What? Dude, you need to watch it.
It's on Netflix.
It's
cool.
so good.
We're watching it after we're done recording shit. We're gonna go watch some One Punch
Okay,
One
cool.
Punch Man.
That's fine with me.
Oh, dude, it's so good.
So for those of you that haven't watched, it's a parody anime.
I know, like the set, like I know how it was made.
Cool, because I'm talking to you and not the listeners, right?
Whoa.
Fuck you.
Anyway, like I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted. It's a parody of, all the the Shonen Jump fighting animes, and it's just that's the best way I can put it. Really, he's such an utter fuck, man. He the main character absolutely kills the momentum of everything that's going on. Every single time he is the center of attention, he just absolutely ruins the momentum, ruins the the feel of everything. Any sort of intense buildup that they're starting to get, it cuts to him and he's just straight faced fucking. He's I'll have some tea, please. And it's so funny, but the action scenes are so the few that there are really good.
Yeah, the action's awesome.
The action's awesome, but it's so it's just a parody of itself. But then
it's hilarious.
Later on in the episodes, the back half of the series, it becomes it sort of turns into what it's parodying.
Yeah.
But still somehow maintains that joke of what it is. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Really well written too. I like it.
Yeah, I loved that anime. I watched it all in one sitting.
I did too. I watched
it was
first. I watched
a lot, but
yeah, I know. I think there's only 12 episodes.
Yeah.
But I watched the dubbed first, and then I watched excuse me, I take that back. I watched the sub first, and then I watched the dubbed. I like the dubbed way more, just because
Really? Okay.
I don't get me wrong, the humor doesn't really change much, but it's the voice inflections that really make it.
Okay. Interesting.
That really they sell his character. So I mean, if I spoke Japanese, I'm sure it would be just as funny.
Right.
But the way I don't know who does the voice acting the American version. But the way he does it, it's just, it drives that parody that much harder, and it's so funny for me.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I don't really give a rat's ass if I'm watching subbed or dubbed. I prefer to watch whatever comes out as soon as it comes out. So 9 times out of 10, it's subbed.
Right. I'm definitely 100% a sub guy, but I don't know. It doesn't feel like anime if I'm watching a dub.
For me, I watched a lot of the animes I'd watched up until I fall asleep.
Uh-huh.
And it's hard to read when I'm falling asleep, so I'll put the dub on. But there's some shows like Attack on Titan, I can't stand the American voices.
I can't either. There's one exception. The majority of the time I'll watch the sub first, and then I'll go back and watch I don't know, later on I'll watch the dubbed. And one that I didn't really... Actually, there's 3 animes that I can think of off the top of my head. There was Mobile Suit Gundam 00. I like the dub more, just because I like the voice actors. Bleach, I didn't really care one way or another. With that one, I watched the dubbed first. I watched a couple of episodes of the dubbed first, back when it was on Adult Swim, and then I went back and watched the sub, and I was I still kind of like the dub more. I like the voice actors. And then the one that means the most to me personally is Dragon Ball Z. The only reason I'm putting up with the subbed is because that's so I can keep current on what's going on with Dragon Ball Super. Because I grew up on the dubbed of Dragon Ball Z.
Oh yeah, we all did.
That makes
You
sense,
know.
yeah.
Fucking 10 years after it had aired in Japan, you know.
Yeah.
Sean Schimmel and Chris Sabat. I mean, I grew up listening to those dudes fight each other verbally. And then I don't know if I told you this, but I got to meet them when they did.
No way.
They did a Comic-Con thing in Okinawa. I got to meet them.
awesome.
I got I have a Goku and a Vegeta action figure. I got them signed because they're still in the packaging.
Super nerd.
But they were signed by Sean Schimmel, who
that's
plays
awesome.
Goku, and Chris Sabat, who plays, and there was Justin. Man, I can't remember the guy's last name, but the guy that did the voice of Raditz, he was also there. He signed my Vegeta also. I wouldn't let him sign Goku because that was like I only had 2 things to sign, but there, it was a line to get something signed by all 3 of them and like have a quick little chat. And so the Justin dude was there first, and I was like trying not to make eye contact with him because I was like, you're Raditz, you're really not like that important of a character. But I was like, okay, well, cool. It's still cool to see like talk to you a little bit because you're a voice actor. That's something that I would like to do.
Yeah.
So I talked to him a little bit, and actually he was like the coolest. He like had the most prolonged conversation with me. So he was actually really cool to talk to. He was a really cool guy. And then Chris Sabat was next, and he was cool because he had never seen like that action figure before. So he was like, "Oh, hey Sean, check this out." And I immediately went over to Sean after Chris signed the thing, and Sean, and this was like the coolest like little moment for me, because Sean's looking at the Goku action figure. So this is the guy that does the voice of Goku, looking at my Goku action figure, and he says, and I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but he goes, "Oh yeah, I bought one of these a couple of years ago. I bought the same one." He goes, "I use this when I make stop motion Dragon Ball Z videos on my DS." And I was just like, I was so blown away by how nerdy this guy is, like, but how into his role he is, like, how much he likes what he does. Like, he's like, "Yeah, I make Dragon Ball Z stop motion videos on my DS." And it's like, well, that's fucking cool, dude.
Yeah.
That's really cool that you enjoy your craft that much.
Yeah.
That says so much. Like, he owns the action figure, he makes stop motion videos, and he has a DS that he loves enough to make stop motion videos
He has
with.
like he said he had a ton of Goku action figures. Like I'm sure he's got every Goku fucking thing that you could possibly think of, because that's basically like the most important. I wouldn't say the most important, but he does a lot of voice acting. But that's like the biggest one that he's known for.
Mm-hmm. I love that someone just like is into the character that much.
Yeah, it's super cool.
So cool.
Well, Chris Sabat is like one of the owners of the studio that now does where he does like all the voice acting for Dragon Ball Z.
Huh.
And so he's also into it. It's just it didn't come out as much when I had my little 2 to 3 minute conversation with him.
I want to do voice acting.
I do too. I'd love to. In fact, if we have any people that are listening that are animators, hit us up because we're looking for somebody. We want to do some animated shit.
Yes. Nothing's come through yet, but I've applied for some like just quick voiceover jobs on like Upwork.com and stuff. Mm-hmm. It'd be so cool. So cool. We have the equipment right here, and when it's actual voice acting, you get like really up and close with it, and it gets all clean. So cool. I love people just being able to do shit like this. Like us, we're doing a fucking podcast.
Yeah, it's fun.
Dude,
This is what I love doing. This.
I love this shit. We got like 7 minutes before we hit the hour mark.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that flew by.
Yeah.
Oh. Hey, no.
I'm sorry. I went on a lot of tangents. Everyone.
No, that's
cool.
This is what we're here for. Talk about shit. If we just followed the notes, it'd be so boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So here's one that I really wanted to talk about. Like the one point that I really, really wanted to get in.
Okay.
And we can wrap up the show with this.
Just so you know, when it gets to the hour mark, I don't know how far we can go over, so I'm gonna have to like cut it off.
Oh fuck.
Well, not like right in the minute.
Well, I don't really because it's gonna take me more than 7 minutes to like even set up the whole thing.
Let's just wait.
Yeah, we'll just hold off. We'll do it on the next podcast, or we'll do it like we'll talk about it as we're playing something later.
Okay.
So let's just talk about video games real quick.
Yeah, let's go back to that.
Because we didn't really go into it. Upcoming that we're excited about, Darksiders 3.
Mm-hmm.
Then now we're going into the trilogy. This is going to be the third game of the trilogy thus far.
Mm-hmm. You play as Furry.
You play as Fury, another horseman of the apocalypse. The first game you play as War. Second game you play as Death, which is so far my favorite. Fury, I'm less excited about because her whip looks stupid, but I haven't played the game's not going to come out for another year, so I can't really judge.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Prey first hour has been released.
Did you play it?
No.
It's pretty cool.
No, it's like scary prop hunt. No, thank you.
Okay. There's some design things in it, like there's part you have to like.
I want to play prop hunt.
Yeah. You like break a window and you realize it's like a fake window.
Oh yeah, I mean I've watched.
It's so cool. It renders. It still renders outside the window, but through the hole it renders like the actual part. It's so fucking cool.
I watched CNanners play through it.
I clicked on that. It was just like classic quiet CNanners trying to like not knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
Just his like face is always so like entertaining. I bought a game called Little Nightmares. Cool little game.
What's it about?
It's you play as this little tiny raincoat running around on like it starts out on a ship. What?
You play as a raincoat?
No, a little tiny person wearing a raincoat.
Wearing a little tiny raincoat. Okay.
And pitter-pattering around like a ship and then to like some underwater area. It's like that. And then it's all these like, it's kind of Tim Burton kind of looking. And
just picture like...
Okay.
There's like these ugly-ass normal-sized people that are walking around. You have to like hide around.
I just picture like Stewie Griffin
in normal people.
I just picture Stewie Griffin in a raincoat like... He's just kidding.
I'll show you some parts. It was cool. It's like definitely like a good game to like play in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna try to fucking finally finish Wolfenstein.
Oh my god. That's never gonna happen, folks. He's been talking about this for our regular listeners.
That game's long.
You know how long he's been talking about this. For our new listeners, it's been going.
Oh, that's time. Oh, no, I'm kidding.
That's funny.
Long time.
What other shit's coming out?
I don't know, man. I'm still
the zombie movie.
I'm still giggling to myself about the Duck Hunt joke.
Oh god.
That's why I started calling him in Smash Bros.
Oh, it's
Duck Hunt.
Duck Hunt. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about. Let's get to the end. Let's get to the point.
The point is, Josh, that the foot doesn't leave the leg.
Oh man, you made that joke like 3 minutes too soon.
I know. Oh god, we got 3 minutes of filler.
Oh, we could like
favorite LAN party game.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Favorite LAN party game.
Depth. Still depth. I absolutely love playing as a shark and killing my friends that are divers.
It's terrifying. That game's terrifying. Man, I'll never forget when I first booted that game up and started playing it. It was like I was so scared because I had no idea what was going on. I was just like swimming around by myself in the dark.
I was sitting there playing. I was a shark.
Oh, that was terrifying. But I think my favorite LAN game has to be like the classic Warcraft 3 with all the mods. Just there's so many awesome mods to play. Yeah, it was just I have so many good memories of that. It's either that or like that one game mode on Halo 3 that we played, which is not really like LAN. Yeah, but basically Infection.
Crazy fast one-shot Infection.
Oh, dude.
That was the best. That was the fucking best. That
was so much fun. There are a million good memories with that.
Favorite LAN game. And that's time. No, I honestly want to say Sin because how much fucking fun we had.
We're always like, yeah, we should play Sins as a joke.
But then we got into it.
Dude, I already been training for our next LAN party. I played a game today.
Oh shit!
I played a game today. I'm ready.
I might have to go.
And that's it.
Yeah, maybe Gary's mod.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
How much fun. Dark RP.
That's a generic answer, though. I need to think. Got like another minute.
Well, while you're thinking about that, I want to thank Chad for coming out and being part of our podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
It's been we've already titled this episode "The One with Chad."
Yes, we have.
Nice.
Because it's the first, it's the one where you're actually here. Keep thinking about your podcast. Don't talk to us.
Okay.
Your fucking LAN party game. You got it yet?
All
right, thanks for listening.
got a few seconds.
There's a lot of land.
There are a lot of good games. But being that Michael is probably the single most indecisive person I've ever met.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of
indecisive.
I'm trying to think of the games we play LAN party, then go to sleep, and then wake up and still want to play.
Oh, Terraria.
Oh,
That's the one, dude.
Terraria. Yeah.
We played like 17 hours straight of
Yes,
Terraria,
we
and then
have.
like woke up and played more.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Like I feel like we didn't even leave Bill and John's basement. It was just like his mom would like bring us like one of those like sandwiches from Safeway.
Yeah.
We
So
didn't even
cool.
have to move. She's like cut it up for us.
Oh
right.
my god. Yeah. So that's with that.
Well,
We're gonna
thank
begin.
you everybody for listening. I hope you had a
Yes.
good time. We
Oh,
had a
yeah.
great time as always.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And
We'll have
Chad, do
Chad.
you have any last words? I mean, for the podcast?
Oh, thanks
not
for
gonna
having
kill
me. It was fun. It's my first podcast. First time talking on a podcast. That's fun.
Cool.
All right. Well, as always, I'm Josh.
I'm Mike.
We've had Chad.
This is Chad.
And this is Beta Stage.
This is Beta Stage.
Bye.
See y'all.